Alright, here's an interior video of the car. I'll try to be as thorough as possible, but if you need more detail, for sure just let me know. Here's the driver's side door card. You can see some marks down here. It doesn't look like it's a wet mark. I think it's a rubbing mark from something sitting there. Window switches. Actually, let me turn the ignition key. 3 of the 4 windows work. There's the front driver, front passenger, and it is the rear driver side that does not work. And then the passenger rear does work, as you can see there. Also, the sunroof does work, tilting back. Moves it forward. I have not opened it up all the way because you don't want to have your sunroof get stuck open, but I do normally have it cracked almost all the time. So pushing forward cracks it, and then pushing backward puts it down, and then it goes into the next part of the mechanism. So anyway, let me cut the ignition real quick. Yeah, the window switch chrome has a little the little plastic chrome trim is peeling a bit. This mirror switch does work. It's very loud, and it's missing the knob, but it does work. I think I need to actually have the, here we go, so you can hear that motor working and see the angle changing a bit. Looking at the driver's seat, like I said in the ad, the seat is not as cushioned as the passenger. It's just had more use, and maybe could use another pad to it. I usually can get about a good 3 hours out of a drive before it starts to hurt me, but just something to keep in mind. But seats are in pretty good shape. Footwell, you can see the dried rubbing inside. Made sure to dry it immediately when it happened, of the heater core leaking from down there. These are cocoa mats from what the previous owner said, kind of in rough shape, but they get the job done of being mats. Pedal box and this whole panel is, you know, tidying up everything down here. So this is to adjust your steering wheel. These are actually fuses for your window switches. If they ever don't work, test these guys out first. Getting to the interior, here is the driver's steering wheel. It's in actually really good shape, better than my E21. Again, getting this started. Oil light works. That's battery light. That's parking brake light. I'm actually not in gear right now. Parking brake is holding well. I did adjust this. Normally they're super loose left to right, but I added some washers, like some spacers, into this bolt stack up, so this has a lot less play. Lights, that all works. You see them kicking on. It would blow a fuse if I pulled those if it wasn't working. Dash, I don't know how much you know about I guess these late 70s, early BMWs. This is an extremely clean dash. Even with a couple cracks there, you really don't see that often. This car definitely had different decades of being kept inside or outside, but I think mostly kept inside. Going down here, I'll turn the lights on. Turning this knob turns the ambient lights, which also affects here. The clock does work, which is super cool. It's off right now because I've had the battery unplugged to work on the heater core. And anyway, but it's easy to set by pushing it in. These vents work. It essentially blows ambient air toward your face or away from it. Shifter, all this stuff's in pretty good shape. All original to the car. The stereo, super cool. If I turn this knob,
we looked at earlier,
it'll turn on and you can hear it.
And he's the only when your sinful state can't stand.
Push button. Unfortunately, the only thing that does not work is the selector switch, so I've only been listening to whatever channels I can get. This is your front to rear switch, which works. And this is your rear heater. Just looking over at the glove compartment, there is a little chip here that was always been present, but the glove compartment shuts, which is super nice. And the only thing I'm missing is the glove compartment light. I tried getting one. It's the same as the ashtray light. You can get it off a parts car easily. And all the registration comes with the original book, comes with the Blaupunkt radio manual, some cool older things here. That shuts well. Dash is good there. And yeah, looking at the only part of the kind of headliner, this is interesting. It's kind of like a felt. It's starting to peel away here a bit, but if you don't touch it, it's not a problem. You might be able to tuck it in, but the actual important part of the headliner is in really good shape, in my opinion. You can kind of see it here. You know, any sort of cleaning would help pretty much everything here a ton. This is a headlight or a light switch out of an early model E12. But still fits. I got it from some dude in Canada, but here's a good look at the headliner. Passenger seats are in good shape. Let me go to the passenger side. Here you can see the lights all working. And all the chrome on the outside is in really good shape, as well as the single stage paint. This door card, essentially everything that's not driver is in a bit of a better shape. Obviously has had less seat time in here. Chrome is good. All this stuff looks great. This switch also works for the passenger as well. And the subsequent switches work for each passenger, except for, of course, the one behind the driver. Again, this was stained when I got it, so maybe a prior heater core leak. Let me see if this will actually turn. This gauge is actually in the clock. And you can hear that the AC fan, or the actual blower fan, has no problem turning and making no noises whatsoever. So it's really just the heater core itself. I believe, you know, it's kind of the last culprit, is the source of that leak. So this guy's just a little sticky, takes a bit of oomph to get it to move. Coming to the back, again, door card's in really good shape. Just toolbox as you do with old cars. These look good from behind. Here's the passenger, or the rear passenger area. You know, some dirt, some marks of use. The biggest thing is I think this car was smoked in back in the day, which is kind of cool. I'm assuming that's what the discoloration is here. It's kind of a standard feature on these old cars. I think from all the lovely nicotine that people smoked back in the day. And classic sun damage on the panel back here. I know you can just get essentially carpet from Home Depot, replace it, make it look a lot better, but those speaker ports are all original. You can see that the gasket is in really good shape. If I come out a little bit, glass is in really good shape. Pull handles, everything back here. I'll go to the other side as well. And then, yeah, the carpets also have a bit of staining to them, or sorry, the carpet and mats. And I also replaced these emblems. I have the originals if you want them, but they definitely pop a lot better since the paint's in good shape. Here's the other passenger side, driver passenger side. These smoker ashtrays are super cool because they have this little padding on them, and kind of the same story back here. So everything's very original. Nothing looks to be missing or out of place. Little functional things, like I said, might not be fun in Illinois without the heater core, so good on you for looking at the repair for that. I do have my Haynes manual. Oh, it's actually in the back of the car for this. So you can actually give you a step-by-step guide on how to go about that fix. And lastly, getting to the trunk section. The previous owner unfortunately lost the key. So he got spares made, got it rekeyed. So this is ignition start the car key. This is doors, everything else, miscellaneous key. And also how to open the trunk. So, and I have a spare set of both of these as well, so you'll get two. Bit of emergencies in the back, like I said, workshop manual. I've put it to good use. I hope you will as well, and some extra fluids and everything. And I have pictures on the ad, I think, of back here that showed off pretty well. Also got the original jack, all of that stuff. Had to use it before, works really well. Jacking points on this car are in really good structural shape. You can actually use them, it's kind of crazy. But that is the interior, and just to show you one more time that it starts up okay, I'll get it started here real quick. So once it catches itself, it stays in pretty good shape. You can see she's cold. Took it on a little drive over the weekend, so it's at just over 200,100 miles, but ready for more adventures. Yep, so, and there's first, second, third, fourth, and then reverse is you push it over and you kind of feel it like lodge into the next spot, and then forward is reverse. Yeah, thanks for looking.